Hello everybody, this is Mitch Master Tycoon in the house, and once again on your screens is a playthrough of one of my favorite childhood games, Zoo Tycoon. I have the complete collection version, which includes Marine Mania and Dinosaur Digs, and yes, this is going to be my first live commentary, and this was inspired by other various YouTubers like Klaudia249249, Mattscoo84, Klaudia249249, and a bunch of other users who play these Tycoon games on computer. Now without further ado, let's get started. As you know, we have 6 months to complete the scenario. This is a real easy scenario. As you know, you have to earn an exhibit suitability of at least 60 for 6 exhibits and achieve an average animal happiness rating of 80%. And as you know, the animal happiness is right here. So we have 3 animals here. The Yeti's not included. We have the giraffe, the moose, and the dromedary camel. I'll try to be more spontaneous in the commentary. So first, this exhibit belongs to the giraffe. So let's click on him and plop him right over here. Alright, there's 2 more exhibits, one with forest foliage and forest floor which contains coniferous floor and deciduous floor, and this small stable here and a little watering hole here, and another exhibit here that has sand and dirt and a quiver tree. So we're gonna look at this exhibit right over here. This is really easy, so I'm just gonna adopt this moose and plop him right over here. And lastly comes the dromedary camel. In that case, goes over here, so I'm gonna adopt him and plop him right over here. Alright, it says, now that the giraffes, moose, and camels are in proper exhibits, you can purchase 6 more animals. Choose 3 of these and make suitable exhibits for them. Alright, let's have a look at what we have so far. Aside from the giraffe, moose, and dromedary camel, we have this Thompson's gazelle, lion, leopard, red kangaroo, Bengal tiger, and polar bear. Alright, there are 3 areas which are set out for exhibits: here, here, and here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do our first pre-combined exhibit over here. Just drag a few pieces of fence in. You do the same for the next few pieces. Oops, that was a bit too far. And now you have to name your exhibit. For instance, I'm gonna have my exhibit of lions here, so I'm gonna name it Lion. And the thing you want to do is place the paths a bit far away from the exhibit, because you wouldn't want guests to enter the enclosures, right? And you have these lines. We're gonna plot 3 of these fellas. We're gonna look at their recommendations. There's too much grass terrain in the exhibit for line 1. Well, we know that, don't we? Now there's too much savanna grass in the exhibit for line 1, not enough dirt terrain. Oops, that was a little too much. Not enough fresh water. So we're just gonna plop a little watering hole right over here. More foliage, happier with more rocks, not enough shelters. just wants to have some fun and would like a toy. Well, we know that, don't we? Sorry if I'm repeating that. I'm just gonna place this concrete shelter over here. I'm gonna place these umbrella thorn trees. And this Senegal date palm. More rocks. So I'm gonna place this termite mound over here. And let's see if they want more of these. Oops, I think that was a little too much. It says they would like to have some fun and would like a toy, so I'm gonna plot this line rock over here. So what I'm gonna do a bit more research here. Animal shelters and animal enrichment. And we're gonna do a bit of research on animal houses and exhibit foliage. Now without further ado, let's do the next exhibit. This is gonna be for polar bears. So I'm gonna build an area around this exhibit right over here. Plop, there we go. Let's name it polar bear. There we go. There we go. Now we need to place the exhibit fencing right over here and move the paths a little further from the fence with the exhibit gate, because you know, as usual, I'm not going to repeat this again. Oops, I meant to put a... Oh shit. So now, gonna place these two big white polar bears over here. Okay, the keeper recommendations say more rocks in the exhibit, not enough shelters. So I'm gonna place this concrete shelter. Oops. More rocks, it says. Okay. Let's place a few of those. I'm gonna reach an exhibit suitability. Oops. That was a little too much. So now I'm gonna replace these pads with ice pads. And since this is a savanna area, I'm gonna place thatched grass pads to make it more look like it's in the African savanna, as you guys probably know by now. I'm gonna place this thatched grass archway. That'll make it look like it's in the African savanna. And I'm also gonna place these savanna flowers to make the guests to give the guests an outlook on the African, make the guests simulate that they're in the African savanna. I'm also gonna place this thatched grass fence. As you know, I love Africa. They have a great variety of animals there. Now we need one more animal. We have the kangaroo, the Bengal tiger, and the leopard, and the Thompson's gazelle. I'm gonna make an exhibit for a Bengal tiger. So I'm gonna make a concrete chain exhibit. So let's name this Bengal tiger. As you know, this is my first live commentary. So I do apologize for my multiple stuttering. I've yet to find out. I've yet to find a way how to improve my commentary. As you know, Bengal tigers like foxtail palms, so I'm gonna place a couple of those. Oh shit. I forgot to place a keeper here. Okay, let's plot 2 Bengal tigers here. And yes, as you know, my microphone here that I'm using is really shitty, has really shitty quality, and I yet to find out what causes it. We also have this durian tree. Oops. I think that was a little too much. Too much rainforest, not full and not enough grass. Okay, grass. Too much rainforest floor? This exhibit is well suited for Bengal Tiger 1. Now we have six suitable exhibits, at least. Now we're gonna decorate the zoo even more. Well, it's generally what I like to do. This is my opinion, what a zoo should look like. I'm gonna place a pizza stand, and a fancy ice cream stand, and this hot dog stand. Because I like variety. Because I like seeing varieties of food in zoos. I'm also gonna place a gift shop here because, you know, guests would want to buy souvenirs after their visit to the zoo. We're gonna place a carousel and an elephant ride over here because it's my opinion on what certain rides should look like. I'm also gonna place some flower beds here. It's my opinion, guys. Sorry if I'm repeating. I'm also gonna place this ice archway. So now we have more food stands. I'm gonna place more picnic tables over here. And of course more trash cans so we won't have to deal with guests littering. So now I'm going to increase marketing funding and increase the entrance price fee a little bit. So now I'm going to place this rainforest rock path, since this is a rainforest area where the since the rainforest is where the Bengal tiger lives. Here we go. I'm gonna place a few rainforest statues here. And some observation areas, since in reality visitors like to view animals in shelter in case where it's hot. Now $7,380 left. There's lots of things to do here rather than just see my... There's lots of food to spend on. So I'm thinking I should go with this petting zoo here. And of course, I'm gonna build this rainforest restaurant. Now my budget is pretty tight, so the last thing I'm gonna place is an aviary. And that should hold my building. That should hold I should hold my spending for now. So this wraps it up for this part of the game, and I'll talk to you later once I finish.